Welcome to Meaning Over Money, a different kind of financial podcast where money is never about money.
Welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are so excited to have you here. We hope you're having an awesome week, and regardless of when you're listening to this, we hope it adds value to your journey. I recently received some criticism, and a lot of the criticism I receive, I can just let it go. That's my training from Cole. Cole is a former kicker. Kickers have to be able to take criticism a lot, and so I've learned over the years to just let criticism go. But there was one that stuck with me recently, and like all criticism that sticks, or most criticism that sticks, this one was by a friend. And here's what they said. They were referring to some of the work that I do in Texas. I talk about this a lot, and I write about it more. I write about it a lot in my daily blog. But I do work with a client. I do financial analysis, strategic analysis for a company that does service work in the oil and gas industry, and they also do dry ice manufacturing. And presently, I spend about 1 week a month there in Texas with them, and I do work as a contractor for them. And my friend, in talking about this, told me that it seemed hypocritical to him that I work with this company. And I immediately was taken back by that. Like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? What's hypocritical about me serving this customer or this client? And they said that that's not meaningful work for me. That when I talk about pursuing work that matters and having meaning in our work, he referenced my coaching, the podcast, my writing, my speaking, all those pieces. And he says, and you do work for this company in Texas. He said, Travis, your passion is not oil, gas, and dry ice. Therefore, you're being hypocritical. And essentially what he was saying was that I do that for the money. And considering we have a podcast called Meaning Over Money, that felt hypocritical to him. And I thought, you know what? I need to process this. So what better way to process it than by recording my verbal processing of this topic? And so here's where I think we should go with this. It is fair to say that my services that I provide to this company do not fall in the same bucket as helping people with their personal finances. It doesn't fall into the same bucket as doing motivational speaking or my writing or this podcast. That's fair. It's different. And when you line up all the pieces of my life, it sticks out a little bit. And maybe you can put Northern Vessel, the coffee company that I co-own, maybe you put that in there too. So it is fair to say that that one is not like the others. And it is fair to say I don't have a deep passion for the oil, gas, and dry ice industries. I think that's fair. If you know me, you know, like I'm not, like, that's not me. Like I'm not man enough for that. That's not where I'm at. It's not my skill set or my passions. So am I a hypocrite? I don't think so, and here's why. Because I can tell you that I find a deep level of meaning in that work. Whenever I'm working with this client, whether I'm here, whether I'm in their offices, I find a tremendous value and fulfillment and satisfaction in my work with them. Not because I'm in love with their industries. It's not that. And I'll tell you what it is. And not because I think this is all about me, but as I'm talking about kind of where I'm at, I want you to think about your own work. And I think meaning can go many different ways. First of all, the people that I serve at this company, they're some of my favorite people. They're like family to me. I very much enjoy serving them. They're amazing people. They're people that I'm honored to now call friends, that I know what's going on in their life and they know in my life. That means something. So wherever you're at in your career, don't lose sight of that. That is valuable. The work that I do for them, it matters to them. I'm adding value to what they're doing. I'm helping them be better. I'm using a skill set that I haven't used in a long while. I don't use it on the daily basis of what I do now, the things that I do for them. It's kind of a throwback to what I used to do in my old career. And I just really enjoy that. I love exercising a different part of my brain. I love being able to put these skills to use and to help others with them. I have an opportunity to teach others how to do some of this stuff. There's fulfillment in that. The act of being productive in and of itself has meaning. And when somebody wants to be served and I have an opportunity to serve them, there's value in that. There is meaning in that. And when I do that, they can get better. And then the people that are there, their lives are improved. And I'm learning along the way. I'm learning so much from my work. There's people that are way smarter than me, people that are way more gifted, and they come from totally different places than where I'm from. And I get to learn from them. And I get to see a different part of culture. I get to see a different part of industry, different people doing different things. This is a world that I'm not familiar with, but I love being in it now. There's value in that. There's meaning in that. And so this idea that maybe I'm being hypocritical, I don't think could be further from the truth. And I think that's something that my wife, Sarah, has seen too, is that it's not something that I do for a paycheck. I try to be pretty transparent about this. I'm transparent with them about this. I don't do this just because I want money. Now, they pay me. They do pay me. And I enjoy that part of it too, because I get to feed my family. That's enjoyable. It's enjoyable to be able to feed your family. But that's not why I'm doing it. That's not why we do this. It can be. But when there's a deeper meaning and there's more purpose behind the work that we do, it's more enriching, it's more fulfilling. And when I go down there once a month right now, and I have these long days, we work hard, it's challenging, there's issues that pop up. I really like that. There's a richness to that. And I feel energized by it. And so here's the takeaway from today. This isn't about me just ranting about my career and my work. It's a reflection on finding meaning in our work, even when on the surface, it might not seem like it would be a meaningful job. And that's the thing about work that matters. Not all work matters to me, and not all work matters to you. But nobody gets to decide what matters to you. Nobody gets to decide what means something to you. Nobody gets to tell you what you should care about and what you shouldn't care about. That when you go to work, maybe the organization that you work for, maybe their mission aligns perfectly with your passions. That's cool. That's awesome. That's a lot of my work. My passion is helping to bend the culture when it comes to work and money in our society, and that we should choose meaning over money. My mission is pretty aligned with my passion. That is fair. But in some of my work, Northern Vessel Coffee, or my client in Texas, the mission doesn't perfectly align with my passion, but my contributions to it align with so much. And so if you have a job that it might not align perfectly with your passion, we still can find so much meaning in that work. And I have a client, I just met with them recently, husband and wife, and the wife, I was talking to her and I asked her about her job and she said, honestly, I don't really care about this job. I don't care about this company. And you know me, and I'm like, well, do we need to think about a shift? And she said, well, let me say one more thing, Travis. She goes, I find so much meaning and joy in my job because, and then she talked about her coworkers and her bosses and knowing that she's contributing, knowing she's making a difference, knowing that these skills that she has are being put to good use. She said, so I might not love the company or have this like strong feeling about their mission, but Travis, I really enjoy what I do. And I think that she has that figured out. She knows that secret. And I think we can really take a page out of her playbook, that she understands where her meaning is in her work. That her coworkers, those relationships matter, and being able to be productive and to make a difference and to contribute financially, like those are great things. That doesn't make her a hypocrite. It doesn't mean she's not pursuing meaning. She just found it in a little bit different way. And so as I reflect on this relationship I have with my client, I never saw it coming. I never saw this coming. But man, I am so grateful for this relationship. I wake up in the morning and I wake up grateful that I get to work with them. I wake up grateful that I get to serve them. It is an honor to be able to do that. And they pay me for this. So to my friend who told me that I was being a hypocrite, I disagree with him. I find a lot of meaning in this work. And I always say this, we change over time and we shift and our priorities shift. And there's things that I do today that mean a lot that maybe there won't be meaning down the road. I write a blog every single day. It's been over 450 days in a row. At some point, if I stop feeling the meaning behind that, I need to stop that. Or if I lose the meaning in my speaking, I should probably stop that. But I think we need to be reflective and assess along the way. And if we change, we need to change. But right now, where I'm at, this relationship I have with my client, I am in such a perfect spot. And I could not be more grateful or humbled by that. And I hope that you find that in your work. Whether the organization you work for perfectly aligns with your passion in what's important to you, or if you find meaning in other aspects of your job, I hope you find meaning. And don't ever let people tell you what you should and shouldn't find meaning in. I think that's a very personal decision that we have to make. And that when we're listening to ourselves and not trying to listen to the noise around us, when we don't let others define what meaning is to us, I think we live richer lives. And I think when we wake up in the morning and we ask ourselves, how do I feel today? And if you are excited for what you're about to do today, not because it's fun, but because it matters. If we wake up excited, we know we're in the right spot. But if we wake up and we're going to hate what we're about to do, or we're merely going to tolerate what we're about to do, maybe it's time to make a change. And so I feel very fortunate that when I wake up in the morning, I get to do what I get to do. I'm excited for what I'm about to do. And often it's not fun. And sometimes it's really, really hard. But it matters. And so I hope you have that. If you have it, make sure you keep it and change when you need to change. And if you don't have that, I hope you go find that soon. I think you deserve it. And I can tell you, it's worth it way more than you can ever imagine. That's all I have today. Take care, guys.